nonprofit organization. We primarily campaign on things like gay rights, gay marriage, and an end to LGBT bullying. Right now, as you may know, we're working to overturn the bans here in Imperial Beach and all over San Diego and replace them with reasonable regulations so patients have reasonable access to their medicine. So thank you guys for coming out. You know that doctors can only prescribe marijuana to patients with serious medical conditions, right? Cancer, HIV/AIDS, MS, all of these things. We're all here about the Safe Access Ordinance of Imperial Beach. And this is a law that's going to place reasonable restrictions on medical marijuana dispensaries, like they can't be located close to a school, things like that. But at the same time, it's going to guarantee patients safe access, safe, local, reliable access to their medicine. We've already gotten the signatures that we need, and that's why we're here. 15% is enough to qualify us for a special election. So we're here to make sure that they put us on the ballot in November as we qualified for.
Countless people in our community. We rallied to the bedsides of our dying family when no one else was brave enough to do so, and in that act of selfless love, our community grew stronger and more cohesive. Since then, the treatments of HIV have gotten significantly better. However, the side effects of the medication are still debilitating. Since it's only 2 minutes, I demand that you follow through with your responsibility in city.
Sir, it was 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute, that's what I meant.
Time is up.
Thank you.
I'm going to be very strict on the time of so many things. So, name and address in 1 minute.
My name is Jay Ryder. My address is 3705 10th Avenue, San Diego, California, 92103. So I'm an activist with Canvas for a Cause. We're a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender civil rights organization. And we're here fighting today to protect suffering patients in Imperial Beach who need their medicine. We gathered more than the necessary amount of qualifying signatures. It's been legal here since 1996, and sick and dying patients cannot wait 2 more years for their legal right to their medicine. And I demand that you follow through with your responsibility in City Council and uphold our right to vote. The people spoke. November is the time to vote. Thank you.
My name is Shelby Donnan. My address is 3705 10th Avenue. And I am here to urge you to allow the vote in 2012 on the Safe Access Ordinance. Yeah, I demand that you follow through with your responsibility in City Council and uphold our right to vote. The people spoke, and November is the time to vote. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a Luna. No last name, but I do need a name.
She's in the overflow room and ceding her time to me, so she's just Luna.
She's in the overflow room. We can't contact her. She's
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I can do 3 names at a time, and then you can line up on this.
We wish that we could all be in here, but they're not letting us, unfortunately.
It's not they're not letting us. Let's be reasonable.
Oh,
you got
sorry.
fire codes.
Totally, right. Yeah, thank you. So we're respecting those. So we're just letting you know as soon as we can.
Yeah, I'm giving my time to Eugene Davidovich.
Was your name Luna?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hemi, or Lewis, H-E-M-O-M-O-N-D.
Nima.
I also cede my time to Eugene Davidovich.
Just for you to know, after 5, the time goes away. I cannot just give Eugene 30 minutes.
I need to speak notes.
All right.
Thanks for the scold.
Chris Williams.
My name is Chris Williams. My address is 3705 10th Avenue, San Diego, California, 92103. It's becoming increasingly apparent all of the attempts to jail and imprison people that deserve that access to medicine is definitely an issue of a matter of money going to the state versus money going to the people. Like really, at the bottom line, that's what's going on here. We know for a fact that the legal pharmaceuticals that are the alternatives to the medicines that some of these patients use, or to the basically to the THC, right? That have been proven to be debilitating, addictive, and definitely much more profitable for Pfizer and other large, pharmaceutical companies. And this is probably the biggest, if not the only reason why medical marijuana is illegal, even though in the state of California it has been amended in the Constitution.
Time's up.
Yes, you know.
Holly Heller.
Smalley?
She's in the back room, so
She's in the
she's on
overflow.
her way.
Okay.
They can hear it.
Rachel Scara.
Skoma.
Skoma, sorry.
I don't need it. Thank you so much for being here and for considering this issue. My name is Rachel Skoma. I'm the co-executive director of Canvas for a Cause. We're a lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender group that stands in solidarity with medical cannabis patients because 63% of HIV/AIDS patients use medical cannabis to find relief. So that's why we're here in full force, proud to stand with Americans for Safe Access. Again, I want to say thank you so much for considering this issue and that we absolutely believe that the people have a right to vote on this in November, that if you give it to the people to decide, that it's all going to turn out right in the end. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Neros.
I'll pass, thank you.
Thank you. Heidi Whitman.
Hi, my name is Heidi Whitman. I live at 7336 La Jolla Boulevard, San Diego, California. I suffer from cyclic vomiting syndrome. Medical marijuana is imperative to my survival. It helps me on a day-to-day basis. I may not look like a chronic debilitating illness, but I represent the people who can't be here today. I demand that you follow through responding with your responsibility to City Council and uphold our right to vote. The people spoke. November is the time to vote. Thank you.
Nicholas D'Amico Barber.
Almost here. Hi, my name's Nico D'Amico. I live at 3705 10th Avenue, San Diego, California, 92103. As an American citizen, I am proud to take part in the governmental process. As I'm sure you all know, we are part of a democratic republic. Our founding fathers designed this system specifically to take power out of the hands of the few and to put it into the hands of the people. As city officials, it is your job to facilitate the decisions and the votes of the people, not to obstruct, clog, or otherwise demean and debase the democratic process. I demand that you follow through with your responsibility as city council members and employees of the city and uphold our right to vote. The people have spoken. November is the time to vote. I pray that you'll do the right thing. Thank you so much for your time.
Here.
Hello, my name's Samantha Spear, and I'm an activist and assistant coordinator for the medical cannabis campaign at Canvas for a Cause. 16 years ago, the people of California voted for medical marijuana in the state of California, and since then, over 70,000 patients have been prescribed this medicine to help a variety of different ailments. Recently, the state of California, and San Diego particularly, has shut down over 170 dispensaries, as well as the final one in Imperial Beach. We talk about wanting to keep crime down and to keep this away from kids, and then we shut down dispensaries where patients can legally obtain it, and we push it onto the street into the hands of drug dealers. That's unacceptable. We have a legal means by which these people can procure their medicine, and we're not using it. That's wrong. I demand that you guys follow through with your responsibilities as city council members and employees of this state. Thanks.
Excuse me, sorry.
My name is Jonathan Cohen, and I've been a participant with Canvas for a Cause's campaign to place the Safe Access Ordinance on the ballot over the past several months. I've talked to hundreds, if not thousands, of people here in Imperial Beach, and I would like to thank the Honorable City Council for adopting this and placing this for a vote in November. It is exactly what we need, given that 80% of people in America, and even more in Imperial Beach, support this. And this is the best way that we have to take medical marijuana off the streets and put it into regulated dispensaries. We know, according to UCLA's most recent study on the subject, that when every single year since medical marijuana became available in this state, student drug use has gone down, precisely because of that regulation, taking it off the streets and putting it into those dispensaries. I would like to thank you once again for placing this onto the ballot in November, and thank you.
Sir, can I get your address, please?
Oh, absolutely. 12975 Harwick Lane, San Diego.
Thank you. Brent, Will?
Hi, my name is Brant Will, 677 Gentleman Boulevard, San Diego. I'm actually here just on behalf of myself. I'm very encouraged by the comments that the council has made here this evening, and I'm here to encourage you to put this on the ballot in November. I think it's the right thing to do. And just, you know, it is about compassion, and it's about medicine, and it's also about the democratic process. So, thank you.
My name is Alex Phil. I live at 508 Latigo Row in Encinitas, California. Recently, the Supreme Court in Michigan declared that a ballot initiative to legalize marijuana could be placed on the ballot. The Michigan's argument that it should be placed on the ballot is because it interfered with state and federal anti-drug laws. So the idea that you guys will be prosecuted for putting this on the ballot is a non-starter. And patients who are in critical conditions should not be forced to become farmers, especially if they can't do that themselves. And they should not be forced to deal with cartels who don't have the exact forms of the medicine that they need, like oils or liquids. The dangers of having pesticides, molds, and hard drugs like meth in these medicines. We don't want sick people getting addicted to meth. And we need regulated dispensaries where ID is checked and they are away from schools. Take the market away from the cartels and put this on the ballot in November. We got 15,000 or 1,500 signatures. Please put it on the ballot in November. Thank you very much.
Lauren Parrish is probably in the overflow room and will be here. Although
I have a person, its name I cannot read, but address. Is that Lauren Parrish?
Hi, sorry. Lauren Parrish, 5159 West Point Loma Boulevard. Sorry, it just ran. I'm currently getting my master's degree in alternative medicine. A big part of that is herbology. And we see a lot of patients with chronic pain. And it's absolutely a fact that safe access to medical marijuana is a huge issue for quality of life for these people, and often life or death, right? So these are the type of people, our most vulnerable patients who can't afford to wait 2 years. So I demand that you follow through with your responsibility in City Council and uphold your right, or our right to vote. The people spoke. November is the time to vote. Thank you. Oh, also, I've been a resident of San Diego my entire life. This is really important.
I see a person, I cannot read the name, but I can read an address at 1204 Thalia Street. Is that person here? Will Johnson?
Will Johnson, 7983 San Carlos Drive, San Diego. I want to thank the mayor and the council for the motion and second, and look forward to hearing that you do pass the version of this that allows us to be on the ballot in November. I think it's really important to engage, especially all these young people, in the democratic process. I think that it's largely lost on the youth today, and I think that direct democracy such as this is really important. So I really applaud you for allowing this to happen. Thank you.
What was that name?
Michael Gerzen, Gerzen.
Michael Gerzen is in the back
I'll
row.
wait on that.
He'll be seating his time.
Jersey is the only name written there, Jersey.
Yeah, hi. I donate my time here tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's not.
This is Jersey.
Richard Kruzig?
This is Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey?
Hello, I'm Jersey. I like Madonna. I only need one name. I live at 5159 West Point Loma in Ocean Beach. I'm the director of programs with a nonprofit LGBT organization called Canvas for a Cause. We have worked hard to reach out to the patients here in Imperial Beach, and we have talked to a lot of people. In fact, we've talked to thousands of people in Imperial Beach, patients themselves who are struggling and need access to their medicine. Waiting 2 years is definitely not soon enough. I really appreciate all of you considering this. We're a group that works to fight on the democratic process. And all I can tell you is by working in the streets of Imperial Beach, attending your farmer's market, talking to people in their coffee shops and restaurants, this is what people in IB want, and they would be incredibly proud of you if you made it happen. In less than 2 months, we got over a quarter of this entire city's signatures, and that shows something. So your residents would appreciate it, the youth that he was just talking about would appreciate it, your local nonprofits would appreciate it, and like many people have said, this pertains very specifically to the LGBT community because over 60% of HIV AIDS patients do use cannabis. So I demand that you follow through in your responsibility in City Council and uphold our rights as well.
All of you like to
The people
demand,
spoke.
but you
November
didn't
is
listen
time.
to what the
Thank you.
council was doing.
Your Honor, I give my time to Don Duncan. Thank you.
Masag Alvarez?
Rosa?
Rosa, sorry. Rosa, oh. Looked like a thief.
Rosa Alvarez, 1407 Hemlock Avenue, Imperial Beach, California, 91932. I am here as a taxpayer and a supporter of medical marijuana and cannabis for a cause. I will want nothing less than a safe access for patients and safe communities for our friends and families. I do not want someone in the streets to pretend to have the best interest for these sick people. I demand that you follow through with your responsibilities as civil council and uphold your right to vote. The people spoke. November is the time to vote. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Hi, I'm Larry Sweet, 4737 Muir Avenue. As a patient member for the task force up in San Diego, retired children's services manager. I've been around here for a while, and I've got to tell you what you're doing tonight is one of the best things I've seen happen here in the county of San Diego for a long time. I came down here, and I know a lot of us came down here for a knockdown, drag-out fight. You guys are doing the right thing. I'm really, really happy.
Hi, my name is Scott Sharpless. My address is 9814 St. George Street, Spring Valley. I was born with a condition called spondylolisthesis. Basically I'm here to ask you just to, when we go back, I'm involved with Americans for Safe Access, and I just want to ask that you follow through with allowing us to be able to have access safe. Being with this disability, and I'm also a full-time single parent, 11-year-old daughter, and take care of my terminally ill mother, which she can't speak for herself today. But please, I'm not going to demand, but I will just respectfully ask, that you follow through, what's right in your heart that you know, and just allow people to vote this November. Thank you.
I donate my time to Marcus Boyd.
Thank you. I do have some people that you might not clap for, but I would appreciate if you respect their opinions. Dana Stevens.
She just had to step out. She had definitely.
She was donating time to a Laura Higley, I believe.
Communities Against Substance Abuse in the East County Marijuana Task Force. My address is 554 Broadway in El Cajon. Communities Against Substance Abuse has spent 2 years serving the South Bay region in tobacco control, and we have a 25-year history as a nonprofit working in East County. We're very concerned about this proposed ballot initiative, its impact on the community, specifically on crime rates. Most recently, there's been a study by the Center for Community Research funded by the County of San Diego in 2010, data the entire year, that reflected a doubling in property and violent crime in census tracts with medical marijuana dispensaries as opposed to those without. It was a scientifically conducted study. Additionally, the RAND report that was cited in the last minute agenda item was withdrawn 1 month after it was published because of failure in the data to include Los Angeles police data.
Sir, unless Dana Stevens is in the chambers, I cannot give you extra time.
That's
So just a minute.
My time is up there.
We urge your support for recommendation 3. Thank you.
Carol Green?
Hi, my name's Carol Green. I live at 1936 Harold's Mill Avenue in Chula Vista, California, so I'm one of your sort of close neighbors. I'm the mother of 3 children, and I represent today the Sweetwater Council of PTAs, which serves Imperial Beach as well. I want to let you know that we talked about this for a long time, and we support option 3. Although maybe nothing has changed, we would like for you to know what the implications, the possible implications and impacts of opening pot shops in Imperial Beach. We want you to know that we're not asking for anyone to not receive their medicine, but those store dispensaries send a wrong message to our children. And 19% of the 9th graders at Mar Vista High School reported using marijuana in the past 30 days, according to the California Healthy Kids Survey. 59% of 11th graders at Mar Vista High School alone say it's very easy to get marijuana, and they talk about the dispensaries as a place they can get it.
No, it's on the street.
Eugene De La Cruz?
How often does that happen?
It's Enrique de la Cruz, 1689 Melrose Avenue, Chula Vista, just up the way. Good evening. As coming from an organization called Communities Against Substance Abuse, it's no surprise that we would be against marijuana and the way that it's been abused, right? We have a colleague down the street on Palm Avenue, right at the border of the IB in San Diego, City Limit, who runs a treatment center, and he came to us for help. And listen to this. He said, you know what do we do? I see some of my patients go walk out the door, come back with a medical marijuana card, and they're laughing at us. What do we do? It's a robbing door. So we urge you to really think about what are going to be the ramifications. I mean, really understand, aside from people gathering signatures, try to see what else can happen, what has happened. This guy came to us for help. He said, look, I have people that come out of the treatment center, they come back with a card, they're laughing at me, so what do I do? This is coming from someone that's trying to get somebody off of drugs, and so that he's being laughed at for being trying to help them. Thank you very much.
Evelyn Hogan?
Hi, I'm Evelyn Hogan. My address is 8771 Dallas Street, La Mesa, California. And I am here to urge you to look at this a little bit closer. My issue is where these are placed, and something the last speaker brought up was I've been a drug and alcohol counselor for 25 years, and that is a huge issue. It's proponents for marijuana and characterizing it as medicine has really been very difficult with my clients. And I'm also the parent of an 18-year-old son. So they've really kind of recharacterized marijuana and its level of danger, which I see every day in my career and have for 25 years. So my biggest concern here is the location of these, and unfortunately, the way this is written, you can't really do anything about where exactly they're located or how many there's going to be in what area. That's my concern. So I do support option 3 to look at it a little bit more. Thank you.
Big Linville. And you do have a donation of time.
Thank you. I'll try and make it brief this evening. It's good to see you all again. I wanted to be sure this evening to make a point to thank Brian Bilbray for voting against the ban in the first place and for signing this petition and supporting your sister and doing the right thing in general. You're a good man and we admire you. I want to thank the council for letting people speak. I know it can be tedious, but this is our process in America. And even though you've all decided to, or most of you at least, have decided to do the right thing tonight, we recognize that. I personally appreciate you letting the process continue. It's people have worked very hard on this issue. It's important to them personally, and this is how we do things in America. And it's good to see it work. I think you're making the right choice. We're frankly quite surprised. It's not what we expected this evening at all. And I really do feel like you're making the right choice under the circumstances. I'll let it go at that for tonight. It's good to see you all again. Thank you.
Olivia, you're running back.
I say good for the kids.
Can you give your name and address?
Libby Yaramovic, 642 Ocean Lane, Imperial Beach, 91932. I think everything's been covered, except I did notice, is there not one person from Imperial Beach that's against this? Against? One person? Not one person in Imperial Beach came to say that they're against it.
Supporting human rights, I don't know who to call up for that.
Well, my name is Vincent Rappo. I'm a registered voter and citizen of Imperial Beach, as well as a citizen of America. I would like to say, as trustees, you guys have been invested with power to make the right decision based on what the citizens say, and that's basically all I have to say, is that it's up to you guys from what they say, as trustees, as employees of the public.
Do I have an Alex? Guerrero, maybe.
Probably coming from the overflow.
You guys, I'll listen to him. John Keltner?
That'd be me. Howdy. My name is John Keltner. I live on 1023 Delaware Street. I'm a pretty close neighbor to you. I'm neither gay nor lesbian. Actually, I'm the face of the Republican. And actually, the prohibition, I would think, should be in the Constitution. And the eradication of this weed was never done that way. So anyway, it should actually be legalized. And everybody to enjoy and to use to help whatever else. So anyway, this is a good start, and I have 3 teenage children. I'd much rather them smoke marijuana than drink beer.
Tracy Rivera, 1239 Palm Avenue, Imperial Beach. I want to thank the council and the mayor. Thank you very much for changing your vote in support of this and putting it on the ballot. Since the shops have closed down, it's made it very difficult for me to get my medicine in a convenient manner. And it is not as hard, or as easy to grow as was previously discussed, and it is not as easy to get as you think it is, or at least legally. I don't know. The black market stuff's not anything I want to get into. And my son is here as well. He's a teenager. And I really do want to thank you very much for what you do. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, City Council. I came here totally ready to fight with you guys and talk about American rights, this, that, and the other thing. God bless you. God bless you for supporting the American way. Thank you. This is the way America was designed to work, and this is the way I think it should go. And God bless you guys. Thank you. I know you get it, and I'm sorry that we're dragging this out with you. I know you're going to vote the way we wanted you to vote, and pray that you did. But all these people worked hard to come up with the support that they did, so I'm going to give them their 1 minute. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Great. And you do have time donated. I'll give you 3 minutes.
As you well know, I'm Marcus Boyd at 1233 Palm Avenue. I am the reason medical marijuana was before the council in the first place, and I am the reason the ballot initiative petition, although I'm not a proponent, is in front of you, as you well know. I applaud each and every one of you. You shocked me. I don't know what to attribute it to. I could be cynical about it and mean, but that would just be letting the past rule the future. And I'd like to be try to have this water under the bridge and start a fresh beginning, if at all possible. I know we've had words back and forth, you and I, Mr. Mayor. You did yell at me from your pulpit there, asking me to stay on topic when the topic was genuine in the sense. You asked me not to interrupt anybody when they're speaking, and I understand and I respect that. However, we did have a speaker earlier that misspoke and said there was a dispensary in IB, and I'd just like to remind you that you have to show by leading. Now, you interrupted her, and that was rude. When you misspeak somebody's name, you should apologize to them and not laugh it off. It's actually rude. Now, I'm not going to rag on you, but you did initially misspeak something when you said that the county's ordinance, you didn't want to enact that here because it was too strict. Because it was stricter, it was too strict for the patient. So what you did was you enacted something that allowed for dispensaries. That was all fluff. There was no truth to that in whatsoever. What the county enacted did not go into people's homes. It did not restrict the number of people that can cultivate inside their homes. You did that with the ban that you put on. And the reason it's called a ban, sir, is because people that are sick and dying, that are indolent, that are unable to grow, people that have no capacity to grow, no knowledge to grow, are banned from having marijuana in Imperial Beach. They cannot get it. Now, when you misspoke, it was coming from a long history of misrepresentations in staff reports trying to do a smear with fear campaign on medical marijuana. If the staff would honestly show the truth and not misrepresent, not switch the law to make it different, it wouldn't be so confusing when you would speak it. And Ms. Bragg, I gotta say that you misspoke one thing yourself. You had said that, first, that you had checked with with people and you had made that your decision based on that. We have 70% of Imperial Beach residents in favor that we talked to in Imperial Beach.
Sir, your time is up.
And of the 30 that weren't,
Sir, your time is up.
12 changed
Sir.
their mind.
Thank you for your motion, Mr. Mayor. I'll withdraw my request.
You did have some people that said you could speak for him.
Yes, I indicated to Bill, I'm gonna withdraw, thank you.
I have Eugene Davidovich. I will apologize before. Sometimes I can't read it, so.
Do I have 3 minutes, Mr. Mayor? Yes, you do. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. My name is Eugene Davidovich. I'm the petition director as well as the assistant treasurer of the PAC responsible for organizing the signature drive here in IB from our offices located at 1233 Palm Avenue. I would like to first say thank you for doing the right thing today. It means a lot to many, many thousands of people that live right here in this city. I'm extremely optimistic now that reason is going to prevail tonight, and instead of deciding to delay the vote for 2 years, that you will respect the will of IB voters and allow their voices to be heard this November. Now, you know we had a total of 6 months to gather 10% of the registered voter signatures in order to qualify. The support in IB for regulating rather than a ban was so overwhelming that we were able to collect almost 15% of the voter signatures in less than 3 months. Every single person who signed it was expecting to vote in November, so they'll be pleasantly surprised to find out that in fact they hopefully will get to vote in November. Now I know that City Manager Brown and several other folks that you heard from today and earlier have and will continue to bombard you with reefer madness propaganda claiming that regulating safe access or issuing licenses will somehow bring the threat of the feds on the city. But let's face it, the feds were, if they were in the business of jailing lawmakers for approving ordinances or issuing business licenses, then I'm sure that the entire state legislature would have been in jail after approving Senate Bill 420. A law which facilitates patients to collectively grow their medicine, the same right that is banned right here in Imperial Beach when 3 or more are doing that. The county right here has also challenged this notion a few years ago, claiming that they would be in violation of federal law. They lost a lawsuit about the ID cards that went all the way up to the Supreme Court. Federal law doesn't trump this issue at all. We know that. I understand that in the city managers and perhaps in your view, Mayor Janey, the restrictions proposed here aren't strict enough or aren't restrictive enough. See, the thing is demonstrated by your version of regulations. Strict enough means outright ban. It is not legal, it is not moral, and it is simply thwarting the will of California and Imperial Beach residents. The regulations proposed in this ordinance are stricter than what pharmacies currently in Imperial Beach have to face. This ordinance was created with input from patients, community members, and business owners right here in this city. So please follow through with your responsibility in City Council and uphold our right to vote. The people spoke. It's time to vote this November. Thank you.